It's my great pleasure to welcome you all here today, but in particular, I must take this opportunity to thank you, Julie, British High Commissioner's wife, for being our guest of honour, and to thank you in advance for once again making a welcome address to us all. The thing that I do respect about both Julie and Anthony, they're always here to support the British Club and indeed to support all that we do here. Thank you very much indeed and welcome. The Best of British 2014 is a wonderful occasion for us to show to Singapore what is good and dear to our hearts back home in terms of arts, entertainment, sports, and indeed our very special sense of humour. And coupled with that today, we are going to be showcasing the talents of celebrity chef Ed Baines, one of the UK's top chefs, a man who is right at the top of his career right now, and appearing on the UK's all national TV channels, who is one of the judges for the national culinary competition, the Best British Dish, with chefs from across the country competing to win this coveted title. The final taking place at our national Wembley Stadium in London. He's owner of the Randall and Baldwin, one of London's premier restaurants, which is located in Soho. He is author of 2 cookery books, one of which we're selling here today. There are only 25 left in publication. Once they're sold, there's no more to be had. And these are being priced at $80, $30 of which will go to our charities, Riding for the Disabled and the Gurkha Welfare Trust. And I know that Ed, at the end of the showcase, will be delighted to sign them and personalise them should you wish. They'll be on sale outside. And today is a double treat, as we've just seen. We've got top fashion designers, Philip Armstrong and Tony Burke. Fashion designers who, I say, take care of the celebrity world, designing exquisite dresses for people like Kelly Rowland, Kate Perry, Lady Gaga, Nicole Scherzinger, Helen Hunt, and this is just to name a few of the stars that they take care of. They both met while studying at art college, and the rest, of course, is history. They brought with them to Singapore the new capsule collection. Ladies, the cut, the look, the design is exquisite, which has been showcased in this fashion show. Together they promote the label, Philip Armstrong. And as of tomorrow, these creations will be on display at the new Heron store, Robinson's on Orchard Road. I would like to thank Robinson's, in particular, Singapore, for their support and for giving this great British brand an opportunity to showcase here in Southeast Asia. I also would like to thank Kenwood, a truly great British brand, for supporting today's lunch, and I'm delighted today to welcome Rhiannon Gage, the wife of the managing director of Kenwood. Delighted to welcome Rhiannon to here today. And also these beautiful products. When I saw these when I came in, not like what used to make them years ago. That kettle in itself is an art piece. But what's lovely today, one of you ladies is going to go away and win a prize of this beautiful Haywood K-Nix. It's like having a genie in the kitchen. It does it all for you. You'll be able to throw the maid out. I also would like to thank, if I may, Paula Bedford, the General Manager of the Body Shop. Welcome, Paula. Where are you? Paula? Where is Paula? She's not been able to come. Well, representatives are here for Body Shop, okay, so welcome. The door gifts today are courtesy of them, and they're also one of our diamond sponsors. And finally, I'd like to thank today's title sponsor, the Fry Group, who sponsored today's group, and Carolyn Vanderbilt is the representative. Welcome, Carolyn. We're delighted to have you with us. The Fry Group needs no introduction in terms of who they are. It was established in 1898 and then has been helping people make the most of their money ever since. The Fry Group Singapore's office opened in 2001 and has become very much part of the expatriate scene in financial advising, tax advice, etc. And David Pugh, General Manager of the Fry Group, is not with us today, but is a great supporter of the British Club, and we're delighted to have you all. Delighted to see some faces here. Elizabeth, St Patrick's Society, Representative Katie from the British Association, just to name a few. Ladies, have a wonderful luncheon, and thank you for supporting the Best of British 2014. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. And now we'd like to invite our guest speaker for today, His Excellency's wife, Mrs. Julie Phillipson.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I normally leave this up to my husband, but I can't persuade him to come to the ladies' lunch, so I'm afraid you've got me instead. I'm delighted to be here again. I came last year and it was a lovely occasion, and as Sean said, I think he's even raised the game again this year, which I always think is impossible, but he always manages to do it, he and his team. So thank you very much. And that fashion show was fantastic. I have actually modelled here once, a couple of years ago, for Dina Thacker, if any of you know her. She does beautiful Indian tunics and saris, and I was invited to model for her. I don't know why I wasn't invited to model for that. Okay. It was a real pleasure to be here last Friday night for the opening dinner of the Best of British, and we enjoyed food cooked by Ed Baines, who's going to cook for us again today, and it really was absolutely delicious. I think everyone was just completely wowed by it, so we're in for a real treat. And it's lovely to see so many of you here. I know quite a few faces. I'll try and come around and say hello. Lots of lovely hats and headgear. A few of you have commented on my headpiece. I have to say, the beauty of Facebook, I put out a plea, and Janice O'Connor, who some of you may know, came back, "I've got the perfect fascinator for you, Julie." So thank you to Janice. So, as most of you probably know, I'm only standing here because I'm married to Anthony, who's the British High Commissioner, so I'm not really doing my bit for women's rights. I'm sorry about that. But, and the Foreign Office, so my husband represents Her Majesty's government and the British Foreign Office out here. It used to be the case that the wife, and it was always the wife in those days, was very much expected to be at her husband's side, or probably one step behind her husband, at every function, at every event, smiling and doing the hostess thing and being out and about. Of course, you weren't paid for that duty, it was just what was expected of you. Luckily, things have changed somewhat today, and now I really pick and choose what I want to do with him. But I do quite a lot, because most of the events are fantastic, meet some great people, they're fun, drink far too much alcohol, and we've met some amazing people and really had some great nights, both at our house at Eden Hall and British Club and lots of other venues. Sometimes he does say to me, deeply off the record, which is his favourite catchphrase, and it's going to get him into trouble one day, he says, "Oh, I wouldn't bother coming down to this one if it's in our house. I wouldn't bother coming down, it's going to be really dull." So I won't obviously name names, but you can come and see me afterwards. Of course, British Club events are never like that. They're always the highlight of the many things we do. And with Chris and Sean at the helm organising them, I don't think they could ever fail. We hosted a dinner at our house about a month ago to thank all the sponsors of the Best of British, which are up on the board there, and it was an amazing night. It was catered by the British Club, and I have to say, it was one of the best dinners that we've had at our house, and we have our own chef, but we also have various caterers in. It's really amazing. And last year, the grand finale ball was the James Bond theme, if any of you were there. Really glamorous, really fun, really elegant. So I look forward to the Royal Britannia ball on Saturday night. I don't think I'll be keeping up with my no alcohol week. I am on the water now. So one of the things that I love, and I know a lot of you probably love about living in Singapore, apart from the weather, is how friendly and welcoming it is. We're only here for 4 years, so you don't want to mess around and spend 2 years getting to know people, because then you're due to leave again. So I think a lot of people are in the same position. And even if you have been here for a long time, I found that people are very open to making new friends, because you never know when your old friends are going to move on. And we've already had 2 families that we got close to left last summer. One with no notice actually. We suddenly just heard that they'd gone. So everyone is, I think, open to making new friends and enjoying themselves, enjoying the outdoor life, which I think we expats especially try and do. It's a bit different to when I moved from London to Kent about 7 years ago. Found myself in a small village where everybody knew each other, and their mums lived next door and their sisters and auntie lived across the road, and it took many, many months of talking at the school gate before anyone would say, "Hey, should we go and have a coffee?" So luckily it's very different here, and long may that continue. One of the not so great things, as I said, is that your friends up and leave you, and that's why it's important to keep making new ones. And I think the British Club is the perfect place to do that. I come up here a lot. Some of you know I play tennis here. In fact, if I'm glowing a bit, as my mum would say, it's because I've come straight off the tennis court. And my kids also play tennis here, and I spend a lot of time here or around the pool or eating, and we've made loads of fantastic friends from being here. So the British Club is, you know, it's really very dear to us, and it's something we're going to miss a lot. And the other benefit of coming here a lot is that the staff really get to know you, and they know your membership number. They know that I like black coffee in the morning, Earl Grey tea in the afternoon, and a chilled glass of Sauvignon Blanc when it hits 6 o'clock. And that's not because my husband's the High Commissioner, it's because all my tennis friends who are here a lot have the same experience, and it really makes it very special. So that's what I'm going to miss the most. We've only got one more year left here, and then we're probably going back to England. I think because we've always known it's just 4 years, it makes it easier. It's not like you have the rug pulled out from under your feet. So we'll be heading back to Kent, and I keep meeting lots of people who are also from Kent, not surprisingly, so it'd be great to meet up with some of those when we're back in London. Anthony will resume his 1.5-hour commute into central London instead of his 5-minute chauffeur-driven journey in the Jag. Yeah, and yes, the weather will be no doubt grey and miserable for 11/12 of the year, but never mind. I will enjoy myself as much as I can this year. Someone just asked me, are you about to start, you know, clearing out and turning out your cupboards? And I said, no, I am not going to admit that, you know, I need to start doing that, not yet. I'm going to play tennis and enjoy myself here, hopefully see lots more of all of you at the British Club, and say cheers to the best of